Okay, some changes since last time. First up, here's what the housing looks like now. I put a couple of coats of blue paint on it to try something different. So that's the first change. The second one is I did more research on this guy. And if we look close, we'll move that other one out of the way. Here's the 4 data pins. Well, sorry, there's positive, negative, data, and clock. And I noticed on this end there's this jumper, and it says ground and VCC. And I wasn't understanding what that was, so I've done more research and I found out that that's for an LCD, an LED. I think it's this one here. And if you don't want it, you pull the jumper off, which isn't all that easy to do. But anyway, pull the jumper off, and now the LED doesn't come on. And underneath here is positive, minus, data, and clock. So I should be able to use these guys as a pass-through to power these guys. And although it fits like this, I mean, it'll fit like that, but I should be able to have these go down and into there. So I'm going to try hooking up some wire. I think it has to come up underneath here in order to hook in, and so that'll be a little tough to do, but I think I can do that. Anyway, that's after sleeping on it, that's what my thought process is. So right here we've got we've got just a test section of wire to see how well this is going to work. I think if I bend this up a little bit like this, put on these guys so I can see better, and then take this, get that wire up underneath there, bend up a little bit more of it. Bit of a twist in it. There. Now that I got that up, if I grab it with tweezers, okay, that's up just enough that I can grab with tweezers now and pull the wire up. Yeah, okay, so that's tedious, but that gets the wire up there, then I can just solder it in place there. Okay, that's what I'm going to do. Now then. Alright, so put this guy back in. this guy back in. Okay, so they look like that. Now these wires only have to go to here. If I make them that long, that's going to be a bit long. If I make them that long, that's lots of room there. Okay. Now pop these out. Put this guy away. Turn on the soldering iron. I have to bare these wires. Have a sip of coffee. Now I'm making these actual pieces of wire longer than they need to be, because I gotta fish them up underneath, and that's not the easiest process. So we will take each of these and twist them the best way. So that clock data minus plus. So let's do the toughest one at the top first. That'll be the plus. So I'm going to put just a little, hopefully. There, tiny bit of solder on the end of that to hold all the wires together. Okay, I got it started there. Ta-da! Okay, so that's got that one through. And I'm just wrapping it around now so I can do the next one. Again, get a tiny bit of solder. Wire to hold it up nice and tight, and then go in here. Okay, that's ground, and oh, I put ground into plus. Wouldn't you know it? So this one has to come out. And now stuff that I ordered on eBay or wherever I ordered it from comes into play. Amazon, actually. Some solder sucker. You place that on the, you want to remove solder, and you heat up the little bit of copper there. It sucks away the solder. Okay. Oh, came out a little. Okay. Seems to be held in place okay. Yeah, that's ground. And that's minus. So that's good. Trimmed off the top of the wire. Now we'll do positive. Okay, that's got all of those guys soldered back on, and I don't know whether we care or not, but we'll put that back on. And there. And that's what that wiring looks like. So when I look at it, it actually looks pretty nice in there. Everything seems to be in place okay. Of course, the only way we're really going to know is when we hook it all up. And to do that, we're going to have to start hooking in more wires. We're only going to have blue and white coming from here, so we need to cross connect brown to blue. We got brown is 5 volts, orange is 5 volts. Oh, so it's brown goes to orange. Orange is pin 2. So we'll punch down orange first on pin 2. There, that's where the orange one's going to go. And brown is on pin 8. 2 to 8. Orange to brown. Looking for that. Orange to brown. Okay. What we're going to have is, we're going to have a green to A0 and a green and white go to A1. That just goes on there, and then we'll punch down there. We're going to have an orange and white. We're going to have a blue and white for power. And then the ground, which is the orange, and so those are going to go with these two, and those are independent. So with all of that, let's go ahead and strip some wire. That's 5 volt and ground. I want 5 volt and ground to go together. No, I want VIN and ground to go together, so those two are isolated, so I want that ground for this. Okay. So they'll come in from the top. Got our handy jig here. It's simply the matter of soldering that on, moving it, and then double checking. That's ground, and that's ground. Cool. Let's go to positive. That'll be green. Double check on my layout. Ooh. See, I screwed it up. Green's a sensor wire. What that means is pull this apart. And suck out the solder.